Okay, so today we're going to model our prop over here. So I've already downloaded the reference. So this is the reference. So we're going to complete this object. So now this is the reference. We are not having the references for the front or the side. This is the reference from the quarter view. So what we need to do, either we can see it and then model it, or either we can import in Maya. So suppose if you want to import this reference in Maya, now there are two things. Firstly, if you want to import it, we are having this perspective view, and then the three are orthographic views. So if I get to the image, this view and then image plane, import image, we getting the references over here. So this is the reference. Now if I open this reference, so this is coming in perspective as from the view from the camera. So we cannot move it these references, or we cannot scale these references because this is coming in the place of camera. So we are adjusting our grid. Suppose if I create any cube and then scale it, and then we are adjusting the cube according to the reference to match the reference. Suppose if you want to do a kind of image based lighting, so you are having the object and then you are placing it and then matching the camera according to the reference. But for the modeling, I think this is not a good thing. So what we need to do, rather than getting to the perspective view, we need to get either of these views, either front or the side view. So what I'll do, I'll come to the new scene, and then we need to get to the orthographic. So this is the side view. So either we can get to the side or the front, and then import image, same path, click the reference. Now we are getting that reference over here. So you can see there is a difference. So rather than placing your image into the perspective, always get into this orthographic views. Now you select it. Either you can transform from here also your reference, or either you can get into the shape node of this image plane, because we are getting the reference into this image plane, and then we can move this reference to the top. We need to match it to this grid line if you want to. Now when you are selecting this image center Y and then pressing middle mouse, dragging to the right through the left, you are adjusting it, the height into the y-axis. Pressing the control wheel going to give you the precisely adjustment. Okay, it will not going to move as freely without you using your control. So this way you can adjust your reference over here, and then you can start working on the modeling process. So from the side, but I think giving the reference from the side, the better will be getting from the front. Open. Now you can see perspective, top, front, and then side. We are having these four cameras, and then extra we are having this image plane. Before, when I have inserted the image over here in the mode and the perspective view, selected, you can see we are getting something which is sticked in this camera only. So that's why we were not able to adjust. So this is sticking towards the camera, and then this is creating a separate image plane over here. So this is the difference. Undo it. Okay, so now coming to the front, and then image center to the top. Okay, fine. Now moving this reference, either you can see from here, either you can see it from here. Move it over here and then scale it also. So we're going to use a physical scale unit like that only. That is not accurate, but then also not small enough. So now this is a reference in front of us, and then we can select a layer. So you can go through my previous video. I've explained how you can play with the layers. So template mode and then reference mode. Now we are not able to select it. So we need to find out from where we need to start this object. So if I see the object from here, firstly what we need to do, we need to create a kind of base structure for this TV. Okay, so I'll scale it. This pressing A, we're going to decrease the size of this, and then we can move it over here. Quickly we can find out idea. size of this object will be like this. So I have always an habit of cross-checking my reference back and forth while modeling over here rather than placing the reference until and unless I'm not having the proper reference kind of blueprint. So this is the overall shape we are having. So I've created the box. The next thing will be we need to extrude inside. So what we can do, we need to observe from the side view also. This is not having that much of thickness. What I'll do, this reference is getting confused in front of me. So I'll hide the reference and then I'll see it from here, pressing the R. That's up to you whether you want to import the reference or not. So I'm comfortable over here with this only. So this is the cube. The best thing will be you have created the cube and then right click over here, hide the shape node. So name it as main TV or TV and then select the face, Control E, extrude it inside over here and then again you can extrude it for the inside area. So move it back and then press G again, move it. So we have created it and then again press G. G is for the last command. Those are not aware of it. So we have given this thickness, this is the thickness and then we need to scale it. I think one extrude and then scaling it and then second time extrude, pressing G, move it over here. So we have given the shape. You can also press 3 to find out the shape, but until unless we are not given the hard edges on the outer area, so we cannot see it. And then after giving this, we can see a kind of bulge over here and then bulge over here in this object also. So either we can insert a multi-cut over here and then we can select the edge, press R to create this, double click, press R, and after that we need to select all the edges because you can see the edges are not very hard over here, very smooth edges. So it's the same thing, we need to repeat it over here. So selecting this box, Alt 5, so that we can see the edges while deselecting the object and then kind of shape we are getting. So for the hard shape, what we need to do, we need to create the edges. So multi-cut and then pressing Control over here, Control and on the edges, zoom in, from here. And for here also, for here also. So if I press 3 now, this is the shape we are getting overall, Alt 5. So overall block we are getting this shape, but we are not getting the smoothness over here. So what we need to do, we need to insert one more edge over here. Okay, but one thing I notice when I'm pressing 3, even then also I'm getting the hard sharp edges over here, which I don't want it. So rather than giving the edges, I'll undo it and then if I select the object and press Control B, you're going to give you the fraction also over here and then you can also insert the edge. Suppose this is the thing you're getting and then you can insert edge, kind of smoothness level you're getting, pressing the 5 or 5. Now you're getting the smoothness, but what about these hard edges? So we can remove it or we can move it, pressing R and then we can move it to give more area for smoothness. This way we can give it. Double click, double click. These extra edges because of bevel we have provided to it. Now we are getting something. And then for the center area, we can press R, move it, then scale them. So basic shape we are getting. Pressing 1, and then over here, if I'm able to, I'll definitely do it. But I think there is some problem over here, you can see, or it is looking like, okay, it is fine. I thought there is a triangle. Now what I want a little bit depth over here. So I'll select this object and then get to the extrude this. So I think there is a kind of history with the extrude. You can always get over here, and then if I give some kind of value, okay, this is distorted. Okay, this is the kind of extrusion we are getting for the inside area. And then if I select the polyphase 3, we're not having anything. I think this is the extra part over here, so we can remove it. Oh, always press Control. So Control is going to give you a kind of precise distance. So local translation set. Nothing is working over here. Okay, this one. Now we are losing the smoothness over here. So selecting the complete model, and then you are giving the bevel, but giving the bevel in this such a way, you are creating problems over here. So if I remove the bevel with a single click, but then I'm having this problem. If I delete the node, extra nodes over here, we are losing everything. So what I'll do, I'll undo everything. Quickly I'll undo everything. Okay, back to the shape. So after back to this shape, you can see that we need a kind of depth over here. So I'll move it manually over here, and then selecting this edges, we can scale it little. Now we need to add the division. If I get to the mesh, and then if I add the divisions, division, edit mesh, add division or smoothing options. Where's the event? Okay, reset smooth. So we are having this smoothness, but we need to give the hard edges also. So what we can do, insert dialog tool, and simply and quickly we can give supporting edges over here. Pressing 3. Okay, we got it. We can see, okay, this kind of corner we are getting fine over here also. Okay, we got this shape. Now we can give the bevel over here, or I can add a smoothness. Okay, we are close enough. We got the shape, and then we can add the supporting edges over here also. y, again insert edge loop tool. Okay, now we are in that sharp edges. So after doing a little bit of R&D back and forth, we got the result. So this is the thing we are getting now. We need a kind of curve also from the front. Now there is a tool, very nice tool over here for the modeling. We can use the deformers. So we can get to the deform and then non-linear deformer. We having these kind of deformers. So what we can do, we can use a linear deformer, that is lattice. So this is the gauge we are getting over here. So this gauge says if you're selecting this, you are getting some kind of random numbers over here. So if I increase from 2 to 3 and then 4 and then 3, so we are getting some kind of edge, extra edges over here also. So these edges will going to give you points. So right click after selecting this case, right click lattice points. So now these lattice points should be selected. So this, be careful. I'll press Q to remove the gizmo. And then we can move it. See, a kind of bulge we can give. And from the side we also we need, I think from the top view little. So we can select the center points and then press R to the Y. You're getting a smoothness, see, rather than inserting the edge. And then for the sides also we can select all these. So we can cross check it how. We need to delete the history. So if you select it or if you delete it by mistake, you're going to got that back original shape. So you need to select the object and then delete the history. You're getting that shape. With the help of that, we're getting the shape. I think we made a mistake. We don't want surface curve from the bottom, so we can undo it. We need to select the top part only a little. That's it. From bottom it is fine. From top you can select and then move it to the front. And from side, I think from side it's fine. History, clear the history. Okay, we got the shape. So I think we are able to complete this shape. Now moving to the next part to cross check it if it is fine or not. Okay, fine. So we have created this shape. Now the next thing will be, if you can see, the edges are very sharp over here because the distance from this corner edge is very close. So we can press R and then scale it outside. Okay, so either you can remove the edge and then you can create that edge again. That is fine. Now we are having the smoothness over here, the hard edge over here. Okay, so now the next thing is, after completing the shape, you can move to the top part or to the bottom part of this. I think in this we're going to complete this basic block and then this part. Next we can continue for the rest. So how we can create it? So same kind of thing, creating a cube. So where is that cube? Over here. So coming to the front view, move it over here. I think we need to make it into the dead center. Over here, pressing the X, we can snap it. Okay, and then select it. And then freeze the transformation, modify, and then freeze the transformation. So by mistake, if I move it, I can make it back to the grid. Now this is the cube over here, so it should be having this much of area. Now scaling over here also. Back and forth, I have a habit of seeing the reference again and again, so it's up to you if how much of the image you can recall while modeling. So the next thing is, again we need to extrude it towards the inside area. So we can select the face, Control E, press on this box, scale it over here. How much thickness? Okay, this much of thickness is there. Decrease it from here also, pressing the G again, move it inside, and then not that much of thickness, fine. Okay, got that shape. The next thing will be, we need to again we need to repeat the same thing what we have done for the top part. So the supporting edges, if I press 3C, this is the thing is happening. So object mode, inside loop tool, and then we need to give the supporting edges over here. For the inside area also. I think there is not that much of hard surface, so we can give a distance, not close enough. Over here also, can check it. Okay, got the shape. I left the back area, so pressing the Y for the last tool selected, and then okay, done. Got the shape. The next thing will be the same, I think, that deform it. So lattice, increase the subdivisions over here on the width, go into the lattice point, and then we need to select them not from the back, only from the front. So Control deselect this area, move it a little outside, and then I need to select the bottom area, deselect the area to move it back. I'm not giving that smoothness, so deselect this area and then move it little this much, and then we can delete the HTs, check it back and forth. We need to give the curve also, again middle mouse click over here on the deform, so getting that last two, increase it more, come to the last edge point, select everything and then deselect these by pressing Control. You can select this also, Control Shift, and then move it over here, deselect them, move these to the top, and then delete the history. Now we can move it over here. Then from here also we need to join them, so we can check it how we can move it. So if I select, then again get to the deform, increasing the lattice points. But I think we need to add the edges because we're not going to get the smoothness. So when move it, we are getting that hard edge, you can see, and though this is not also selected, you can see we are not getting that smoothness. The cage is moving. So what we can do, we need to give the edges over here also. So multi-cut, control, and then double click, control B, and then fraction and segment in between, 3 segments. Now if I select, and then one more thing, I will going to add the edges over here also. And then for the multiple, control B, select it, increase the fraction little, 1 segment enough, and then deform it, increase the points. So starting from the back, lattice point, move them, and then move this over here a little. Now selecting these, and then these, cross check it, it is selected. Now I think a little bit is fine. Delete the history, getting, and then press the overall shape by getting, and move it from here also. So simply by inserting the edge, you can select this bottom edges or completely move it little, a kind of curve shape we can give it. Now after giving the shape, the good thing is if you want a kind of low resolution model, so you can select the edges and then you select it, and then if you delete the edge, does it make any difference in your model? If it doesn't, then remove the edges. I think the shape is not making any difference, so center, it is making a little bit of difference, so I think this is fine. We need to correct this. I think some part was not selected over here. So we can correct it, but there will be a problem. So how we can correct it? By mistake, I have created the shape to the top. I need to undo it. See, the problem is in the top shape. This was fine, so I deselect the back area, then move it this area only. Now delete this, done. Okay, so we got this shape, and then this area is flat, I think. So for this flat area, what we can do, select the face in the circular, while select this face, shift double click, increase the area, shift greater than sign, and then press R, scale it in the Z, then deselect it, the top, press R, and then we need to deselect this area also. We need to make this area plain. So double click, and then increase the area, pressing the R, scale it straight way. Okay, we got it. And now we are not putting that kind of top. Same for this top also. And then deselect this, pressing the R. Fine. Now we have completed the shape. We left this area and not given the extrusion over here. So we can select this, and then this also. Control E, Press 1, scale it over here. And then press G, move it inside. Press 3, move it outside. And then next thing we need to reveal multiple edges over here. Insert edge loop tool over here. Check it. Need hardness. Getting that shape. So many edges are there. Material attribute and then number. Decrease the color. So here we can see, and then go a little bit of different material attribute. Assign new material. Plane. And then get into the plane. Color a little dark, and then increasing the little of specular, decreasing this. Same for this existing material plane. Okay, now we can decrease. Get a little bit of shininess over here. So we have completed this. So in the next, we're going to complete rest of the part.